Hello and welcome to our channel. If you're new here, we are Anne and Jonathan Halstead, a husband and wife team who in our spare time like to delve into the world of our ancient ancestors and discover information that you won't find in history textbooks. In this episode we pay a visit to Daltor Stone Circle in Birchover, Derbyshire, and as you join us on this magical mystery tour, we ask that you keep an open mind. To reach Daltor, first we needed to find the Andel stone, also known as the Andel stone, the Anvil stone or the two-penny loaf. This gritstone boulder on Stanton Moor stands within a dry stone wall enclosure and is 4 metres high by 6 metres long. From the roadside its location wasn't immediately obvious to us due to the vegetation surrounding it. It may be more obvious in winter when the foliage has died back. Further along the road from here we found a metal gate, and keeping to the very edges of the field so as to not cause any damage, we skirted around the perimeter before making our way to the single tree in the background. After circling around the dry stone wall, which again wasn't obvious as it's fairly overgrown, we came across a gap where we could eventually gain access. It's pretty uneven underfoot and I'd recommend wearing long trousers if you're not able to pay attention to where you're treading. As we neared the stone, we could make out the date 1758 carved into its surface. You can see that foot and hand holes were added at some stage, and apparently the top is carved with ancient cup holes and more modern graffiti, but today wasn't the day for us to try them out. We shall leave that to the more flexible amongst you. And I think I've been stung by nettles. Okay. This is the Wellington. Let me see if I can go in. Watching those nettles.
This looks more like a natural feature as this stone to me. I don't think this one's been placed here.
Okay, so this is. Oh no, well we can read that. I can't go any further back. So bushes. Just in case you can't make it out, it says Field Marshal Duke of Wellington, died 14th of September 1852, aged 82 years. Assay 1803, Waterloo 1815. And Lieutenant Colonel William Thornhill, 7 Hussars, died 9th of December 1851, aged 71 years. And I've not been able to find out any more about the inscriptions as yet, but if you do, please let us know in the comments. So from here we are going to see if we can find the Daltor Stone Circle.
So I'm just going to take you around the stones, folks, if I can, and tell you what I'm picking up so far. So if we come this way, so now we're looking at a north orientation, going out towards the larger stone or the high stone in the circle. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what I'm picking up here. So I'm going to walk around the stones. So we've got the obligatory offerings in the centre of the circle. Okay, and we have what's called an energy vortex here. Right here through the centre of the circle is an energy vortex. Now then, if you just step back a little bit, just don't trip up over the... You need one of these key grips and dolly grip people on rails.
I do, don't I? Yeah.
So we've got 6 stones that we can see that are visible. So we basically we're in a rough kind of hexagonal geometrical orientation, shape, call it what you want, plan, whatever. There are stones around the circles which we'll explore a little bit later. However, Uther always says, and if you're not sure who Uther is, without trying to sound, it's always difficult to describe. Uther is an incarnation that I lived in Atlantean times. So if you haven't left us at that point, stick with us. Okay. And Uther's mentioned about the stones, and the stones in the circles have a specific function. The first one we tend to look for is what we call the hot stone. Now the hot stone is the stone which feels warmer than the rest of the stones. Okay, and right now I'm the only one who's gone round between myself and Anne. I'm going to ask Anne to do that later and see if she'll confirm what I've picked up. I usually like to not sow seeds with that. I like people to walk around and choose it for themselves, and if we've got a lot of corroboration, then we kind of consensus of opinion, we'll pick out what we call the hot stone. The hot stone, just for everybody, is the kingpin of the circle. It's the stone that keeps all the other stones in the circle together and working. Okay, so it maintains the equilibrium and the power of the circle itself. So we're just gonna I'm just going to ask Anne now if she would kindly try herself to locate the hot stone, and then we'll come back and see what result we've got.
An energy between these two.
Okay. So.
And I don't know whether it's because I'm actually freezing cold.
Okay, well, I may not be able to hear from here. Anne's saying that she's herself quite cold at the moment, getting energy between these two stones. So I'm just going to ask her now if she'll just make a decision.
It's this one.
That's exactly the stone that I picked up as the hot stone. Yeah? It's definitely slightly warmer than the rest of them.
Yeah.
So we've got corroboration from two people. I know that we're married and all that, and we could easily make all this nonsense up. Yeah, it's not nonsense. So what I'm going to say now is this to me is a genuine stone circle. Okay, it has characteristics of all the other genuine stone circles that we've ever visited. It's got a vortex of energy in the middle. Okay, and we've now identified what we class as the hot stone. Now I'm going to take on another little bit of a journey now and tell you what I've picked up, so strap yourselves in. Whether you believe it or not is entirely up to you. I'm not expecting anybody to believe it. I'm not saying that it's true or proof, because I pick up things intuitively. The best proof we can have is for people to come and visit these places, do their own investigations, and then we can share notes. Yeah, we're always open for that, by the way. Anybody who comes, if you want to do similar kind of things that we do, fantastic. If you've got your own little experiments that you test things with energy-wise, I would love to hear about them and share our ideas. However, this is a genuine stone circle, as I've said. We've still got the outer perimeters to kind of test. You've got to imagine that there will be no trees, probably, when this was built. There was certainly no wall when this was built. You saw that amazing view out there. So the forest, the woodland that we're in now may not have even been here when this was built. This may just have been completely open moorland. So we've got to bear that in mind, yeah? And so what we've got a working stone circle. What I've been told is this is an initiation circle. It's almost like trying something out before you get to the big stuff. I've been told that there would be people sitting with their backs towards the 6 stones here, with their legs outstretched into the middle, or even legs underneath, but keeping the energy flowing in the body. And there would be an initiate. There would be an initiate in the middle of the circle, and that initiate would begin to learn journeying through dimensional portals. So when you get somewhere like Nine Ladies, or you get somewhere like Castlereagh, or any of the major stone circles on these islands, you were kind of working with that energy and then kind of stepping up in your energy, if that makes sense. Yeah, stepping up in your ability to be able to work with the greater energies, work with the greater dimensional portals. So this is if you like, I might sound a bit weird, but this is a school for druids. Yeah, I think that's what this is. It's a school for druids. And if you want to come here, sit in the circle and meditate, and always be respectful, yeah, always be respectful of these places. They are sacred sites. And according to Uther as well, the stones retain information from Atlantis. So you can not only come here and perhaps do some dimensional journeying, but you can also pick up information as well. And it'll be downloaded to you through the DNA. So I've not really come across a site like this before. To me, this is unique, and the story of it is amazing. Yeah. But we always say to people, come test it out for yourselves. Now they always say there's a dragon energy as well protecting the circles. I've not picked anything like that up yet. Anne's very good at that, by the way, so we'll do a little bit of tuning in. I'm going to go around now and just have a look at the perimeter to see if there was an outer circle besides the inner circle, and then we'll come back with our thoughts and ideas. Come look at this when you're ready. This is not just the stone circle. There's another structure here, look. Going right round here. It's right round there, look. A little bit like what over at Castle Rig, when it were this thing jutting out.
Now,
can you see it?
There is something, I don't know what this is, somebody asked around with it.
Okay.
Put extra stones in.
Right.
And made it 14 stones.
Okay.
And they actually had to come back and because they did something with the outer, so I don't know how.
Well, this
is original. This looks very old to me.
This is healing. It's for healing.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I can feel these healing stones
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So just try the energy here, because I think this is on the ley line, and something else I've noticed is the
This is really warm.
yeah,
Really warm.
right. And I just want to tell you this is golden ratio, by the way.
Okay.
The circle to that, to me, suggests golden ratio.
There's a real pulse coming from this.
Right. Well, I feel this is genuine, and I feel people would lay here for healing purposes. Yeah.
Have you felt that?
I haven't yet. Well, no.
Just have a feel of that.
Yeah. Lovely, isn't it?
Pulsing straight down.
It's like a warm bed.
It's coming. Do you know what I'm getting? It's coming,
To the hot stone.
and it's bouncing.
Yeah.
Bouncing.
Let me just get my coat. Coat.
Yeah, over there.
I'll get my coat.
Yeah, it's off centre.
Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try the stones with a tone generator. It's just a tone generator app. You can get them free off Tinterweb. Yeah, and you can pick any frequency up to a range from nothing to 20 odd plus thousand hertz. And what we've found is that the healing frequencies, and this has also been corroborated by a Cambridge professor who's done extensive work in Ireland, in cairns, chambers, etc., is between 95 to 135 hertz. And many chambers around the world resonate around 111 Hertz, which is what we call the divine frequency. Now then, I've picked 120 Hertz to start off with, so you're very doubtful be able to hear that through the recording, but I'm now generating 120 Hertz vibration from my phone. The microphone's on the bottom, so I tend to place the mic against the stone itself, and immediately, and I know I'm holding the phone, but immediately I can feel that against my body. It's resonating at 120. Okay, so when we did the perimeter, there are definitely stones around this circle, but there's a really interesting bit that at the moment is covered with bracken and moss, and it looks just like a pile of stones, to be honest, higgledy-piggledy, but I feel it's a very important part of this particular structure, and I feel as though it may be on the map, on the little map as you come into the entrance of the circle. I'm hopefully that it has been mapped, because it's very important. But if we just follow me over here now, so you might be able to see here that there's quite a few boulders. You have to be really careful what you're doing. So we're kind of going out of the circle, it appears to be here, and then we come to this section, and you can kind of see that the stones kind of go around like that, almost like a staple shape, you know, the old-fashioned U-shaped staples. Sounds like we're being tracked now from the MFI or whoever they are. So we've got this area now, and right in the middle of this area is a flattish stone, and we feel as though this is a place where someone would lay or sit and receive healing, okay, from the power of the circle itself. We found a similar place up at Castlerig like this, a little piece that just juts out or doesn't appear to be a part of the circle. It appears to be an add-on or an extra. Now apparently there are rumours that people did come and put extra stones in at one time, but there's also a rumour that they were also removed as well. So when we've applied the 120 Hertz to the base stone, it completely resonates, okay? So it resonates with the can't remember the name of it, the main stone.
Kingpin, do you call it?
It's the kingpin. It's the hot stone, sorry.
Hot stone.
Good Lord. What am I like? And so when you kind of get down into the area, Anne picked up straight away that this stone feels warm as well, and it's almost like the longer you keep your hand on it or move around it, it feels like a warm bed. Yeah, you're actually receiving heat from it, and it resonates perfectly at 120 Hertz as well. So these two stones here we feel, and if you can't tell at the moment, but if you kind of put a ruler, those two stones would be completely in alignment. So there are other stones around this area. Not picked anything up about that yet. Did you pick anything up about the dragon energy?
No, I didn't actually. Not around
fine.
this area. There is a huge ley line though running well through. What we found is the healing stone, the flat one here, and it seems to go down to the hot stone, which is the next one that Jonathan's pointing at now, and it seems to bounce off into the circle. So it's almost like it's a reflector.
The vortex in the circle is where the energy is received and transmitted, by the way. It's not just one way. There's receiving energy from the cosmos and transmitting energy from the earth. Okay, so when you're sitting here, you're perfectly in connection with the earth and the cosmos. And Uther spoke of the cosmic stone, and as I'm kind of looking now, I feel very much that the cosmic stone is that stone there. this is the cosmic stone, which is pointing to the east. So we're just going to do a bit more investigation and see if we can find anything else. And we're just going to say though, this is an amazing site. It's completely secluded. I don't think many people really know about it unless you delve into it like we do. So it's a great place to come, but you've got to ask permission. It's on private land, it's not just an easy access thing. Yeah, so bear that in mind, folks. And we've also got evidence of people lighting fires just over there by where my coat's on that stone there. Please don't come to these places and start lighting fires in forests. It's common sense. If you're going to bring a fire, bring it self-contained, and it's not going to create damage or destroy these amazing natural woodlands. Come and enjoy the energy. That's all you need. The fire's in the energy. Yeah? Nice one. Okay folks, so we've just noticed something incredible. You can call it pareidolia if you're really skeptical. Pareidolia is where you can figure out different shapes from other shapes, but we're looking directly at the hot stone now, and we can definitely see a face in the hot stone. We can see the mouth. If you'd like me to go and point it out, it might help you. Yeah. So here's the shape of the head.
Shape of the head.
Here's the eyes.
The eyes.
The nose.
The nose.
And the mouth.
And the mouth.
And even the hair coming around the head.
Well, what looks to me like they're wearing a diadem.
Yeah, I can't see that from here, so I'm just going to move out.
So if you have a look just up to the right of the eye, can you see there? It's like a cluster, isn't it? Yeah,
there's definitely a diadem on the head there, which is a sign of Atlanteans. Uther wears a diadem. So here's the shape of the head.
Shape of the head.
Here's the eyes.
The eyes.
The nose.
The nose.
And the mouth.
And the mouth.
And even the hair coming around the head.
Well, what looks to me like they're wearing a diadem.
Yeah, I can't see that from here, so I'm just going to move out.
Cluster, isn't it? Yeah, there's
definitely a diadem on the head there, which is a sign of Atlanteans. Uther wears a diadem, which is made of emerald, and Anne's duly drawn him, and you'll see that on our website and newsletters and blogs, etc. But that is definitely a head.
There also seems to be rays coming in. Look, can you see the rays?
There is rays coming into the side, yeah.
You
can even see shoulder as well.
Yeah.
Shoulder. In fact, that could be a staff, the ray. It's, yeah. What we're trying to explain here, folks, is that Uther told us through meditation that the Atlanteans put their essence into the stones to preserve the ancient knowledge, so that beings of lower frequencies couldn't access them, because they don't want their amazing technological spiritual knowledge to be corrupted, like it did become corrupted in Atlantis. That's why the cataclysm occurred and it was destroyed. So there you go. Whether you think that's a face or not is up to you, but we can clearly see that from where we're just inspecting the other stones now, and Anne's pointed out something quite incredible. So I'm just going to point with my finger. There's my finger. Okay, and we can see an owl. So if we look at that as the beak, okay, and we've got the head there, okay. Would that be the eye? Can you tell me please where I'm pointing to? Yeah. Okay, and then Anne says there's also an eagle shape, and I can't see that when I get close up.
I can see an eagle head.
Yeah.
So he's looking off to the right.
Over to the healing.
Over to the healing stone.
Healing chamber, we'll call it.
Yeah.
We've got to bear in mind that this is moss. Okay, lichen, sorry. Lichen, so it's not always there or always has been there. So we've just got to bear that in mind. You know, we've got to keep ourselves grounded and not get carried away, really. So now we're looking at this stone here, and if we look at the top of the stone, at the pinnacle of the stone, we get this kind of head, like half a head shape, almost like a skull shape. Yeah, I'll point it out again. There's the face, okay, going round there. I believe that's the eye.
Yeah.
That could be the mouth. Yeah.
No, further down, that's
It's
sort of there. That's the mouth.
Difficult to see when you get close up, but the further away you get with these things, they become a lot more visible. So here we are with this other stone in the circle that forms part of the circle. If we're looking in alignment once again, then that out there would be due north, and this would be due west. Okay, so if you're looking at me, you'll be looking due west, so you'll be looking into the sunset on an evening. Now, one of the other stones that Uther spoke about was the sunstones, and the sunstones are the ones that convert solar energy into energy for the rest of the circle, and they generally tend to be near or close to the healing stones. Now, just as we are in alignment, if you'd just like to pan around a little bit, there's the hot stone, okay, and then if you just pan around to the east, that's where the healing, we'll call it the healing chamber, okay. So if you now go due west, this stone, the sunstone that I've identified, is in direct alignment with that healing chamber, and it resonates at 666 hertz. Nothing to do with the devil, okay. Forget all that. This is ancient healing stuff we're talking about. So I've now got 666 hertz. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear that, but that's 666 hertz. And I pop this on here, and when I close my eyes, I'm going to tone. This stone begins to resonate at that frequency, and it gets a bit trippy actually, because it makes me go a little bit cosmic. So there you go. So this, as I say, is completely different to the other stones. It's kind of long, flattish, wide, where the other ones are quite pointy and narrow. Okay, so you'll be able to identify this as the sunstone. Right folks, so we're going to conclude our little visit to Doltor for today. We'd love to come back at another point. There's always more to do at these places.
There's always more to do.
You know, if anybody would like to join us, we keep putting that out. It was a bit of an impromptu visit, so apologies for not giving anybody any notice. However, I think because it's such a secluded place, it's probably better if just individuals come, or couples really, rather than bringing a whole busload of people.
Yeah,
I don't think that would be appropriate. It's a beautiful little site, very peaceful. You really feel a part of nature with it. You feel the energy as well, and I know that there is dragon energy here, although I believe it's a young dragon energy to go with the energy of the initiates, let's put it. Yeah, and so yeah, we can only say highly recommend it.
Yeah.
If you're into stone circles, and go and visit nearby Nine Ladies, because that's quite amazing as well. Good bit is we've had the place all to ourselves today, and it's not been in any way peoply.
That's great.
Yeah. So because these days you got to get up well early or come very, very late to keep the crowds off from lounging around on the stones and doing all manner of weird things, which we don't do at all. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll hope to see you again soon.
Brilliant. See you later, folks. Bye. Well, if you've stayed with us until the end, thank you very much for joining us on one of our mini adventures. We'd really appreciate you hitting the like button, leaving a comment and subscribing if this is your sort of thing, to help our little channel reach more like-minded souls. You have been watching Anne and Jonathan Halstead. You can find out more about us, what we do and the blogs we write, by heading over to our website, and if you can pay us a visit at our Wellbeing Centre in Honley, West Yorkshire, we'd love to see you there. Take care now. Bye bye.